morning, grade 4. This is Mr. Yahya. I've missed you all, and I hope that you're all staying safe and healthy and staying at home. Today, we're going to revise. So, we're going to start with our vocabulary today and then move on to some reading, and let's see what we got for us in store today. So, let's start with our vocabulary. It says, answer the following questions. Choose the best answer for each question. What does the word crushing mean in the sentence below? The machine is crushing the huge rocks. So he said that crushing means what? It is destroying or breaking something into pieces, right? So, A, moving into piles. Nope, that doesn't work. Breaking into pieces. Yeah, that could work, yes. Digging up from soil. Nope. Making a loud sound. Nope. So, yes, it's going to be B. Breaking into pieces. Excellent. Number 2. What does the word wreckage mean in the sentence below? The workers dug through the wreckage of the old train. So, wreckage here is going to mean passengers? Of course not. Ruins? Maybe yes. Sections? Of course not. Travels? Of course not as well. So, we're going to choose B. Ruins, right? The ruined stuff or the broken stuff from an accident or natural disaster is the wreckage or the ruins. 3. What does the word possessions mean in the sentence below? Leonard put his most valuable possessions in a safe. We said that possessions are things that we own, right? So can it be belongings? It could be. Jewelry? Not really. Money? Not really. So the best answer here is belongings. Okay, excellent. Number 4. What does the word constructed mean in the sentence below? The workers constructed a new bridge across the lake. So constructed means what? Built. So it's going to be A. Constructed. Good job. Okay, number 5. What does the word trembles mean in the sentence below? Remember we said that trembles mean just like quivers or shakes? So, the dog gets scared and trembles whenever she hears thunder. Okay, so does it mean barks? No. Runs? Nope. Shakes? Maybe. Whines? No. So definitely going to be shakes. C. Excellent. Number 6. Which word is a synonym for the word nearby in the sentence below? The concert is nearby, so it shouldn't take too long to get there. If something is nearby and does not take too long to get there, is it distant or far? Of course not. It's what? Close, right? It's nearby, it's close. So A, close. Okay, number 7. Which word is a synonym for the word frightened in the sentence below? The dog was frightened by the loud noises. Frightened means what? Afraid, right? So does it mean bold? Of course not. Calm? Definitely not calm. Quiet? Nope. Terrified. Yes, it could definitely be terrified. So we're going to choose D. Terrified. Terrified means frightened. Excellent. Number 8. Which word is a synonym for the word fearless in the sentence below? The fearless girl jumped into the pool from the highest diving board. So, she jumped from the highest diving board. Do you think she's afraid? I don't think so. I don't think fearless means afraid at all. No, definitely not. Brave? Could be. Nervous? Nope. Shy? Nope. So it's fearless definitely means brave. The brave girl or the fearless girl jumped into the pool. Nice diving board. So B, brave. Excellent. Okay, let's move on to some grammar. So let's answer the following questions. Which phrase can correctly replace the underlined words in the sentence below? The paw of the lion had a thorn in it. So right now we're going to change the underlined words into what? A possessive noun, right? Okay, let's see. The lion, paw? No, that's not how we do possessive nouns. Remember, we're going to look for the noun lion here, and it's singular, so we need to add an apostrophe, then an S to it, right? Let's see. The lion's paw, that could work, yes. The lion's paw, with apostrophe at the end. No, if it was lions over here, more than one lion, then C would work, but it's only one lion. So we're going to choose B, the lion's paw. Excellent. Alrighty, let's move on to number 10. Which phrase can correctly replace the underlined words in the sentence below? Mr. Martinez has graded the papers of her students. Okay, so here students is what? Plural, more than one. So we need to add the apostrophe at the end of students, right? Her student's paper, no, that's if it was one student, right? Not more than one. Her student's papers, nope, we need the apostrophe with students. That's the possessive noun, right? That's the person or thing that owns something. Let's see over here. Her student's papers. Ah, yeah, that looks like it. Okay, and D is definitely incorrect. So we're going to choose C. Her students' papers, because students is plural, more than one, so we add the apostrophe after the S, not before the S. Good job. Number 11. Which phrase can correctly replace the underlined words in the sentence below? The only sounds that we could hear were the croaks of a frog. Okay, so frog here is the noun, okay, that owns something or has a possession, and it owns its croaks, right? So the croaks belong to the frog. The frog's croaks, that looks good, yes. The frog's croaks, nope, that was if frogs was plural, not singular. So definitely not B. The frog's croaks, nope, of course not. The frog's croaks, two apostrophes in both words, no, definitely not. So we're going to choose A. Good job, guys. Okay, number 12. Which phrase can correctly replace the underlined words in the sentence below? The favorite sport of the brothers is football. So we have brothers here, a plural noun. So we're obviously going to add the apostrophe after the S. Okay? The brothers' favorite sport. I don't see any apostrophes over here, so definitely not this one. The brothers' favorite sport. The apostrophe here is before the S, so it does not work. This one is wrong. The brothers' favorite sport. Yeah, that looks like it. Definitely. And here, no, we don't need this apostrophe in sport. So we're definitely going to choose C. The brothers' favorite sport. Okay, let's move on. Number 13. Which phrase can correctly replace the underlined words in the sentence below? The voice of the parrot. So the parrot here owns its voice, right? So the voice of the parrot was loud and clear. The parrot voice? Nope. The parrot voice? Nope. The parrot's voice? Well, it's only one parrot, so C does not work. No. What about D? The parrot's voice? Yes. Definitely looks like this one. Excellent. Okay. Same thing over here. Number 14. The children enjoyed working in the garden of their uncle. So the uncle is a noun that owns something, and it owns the garden. So their uncle's garden, no, it's only one uncle, so not this one. Their uncle's garden, yeah, that could work, yeah. Their uncle's gardens, nope. Their uncle's gardens with apostrophes here and there, no. So we're going to choose B. their uncle's garden. Apostrophe before the S because it's a singular noun, right? Alrighty. Number 15. Which phrase can correctly replace the underlined words in the sentence below? The decision of the judges was to give the prize to Alex. So the judges here is the noun that owns something. They own their decision. And judges is a plural noun, so we're obviously looking for an apostrophe after the S. Let's see. The judge's decision. Yeah, that could work. Okay, let's see. The judge's decision. No, that even sounds wrong when we say it, right? So definitely not this one. The judge's decision, two apostrophes. Nope, we're not looking for that. The judge's, nope, same problem. No. So we're going to choose A. The judge's decision. Alright? Good job. Number 16, same thing. The movers packed the dishes of Mr. Carter. So, Mr. Carter here is the noun that owns the dishes. Okay, so Mr. Carter dishes, nope, doesn't work. Mr. Carter dishes sounds wrong, doesn't work. Apostrophe's in the wrong word, definitely not B, no. Mr. Carter's dishes, that works, yeah. Mr. Carter's dishes, no, of course not. Sounds wrong, looks wrong, and it is wrong. So we're going to choose C. Mr. Carter's dishes. Good job, guys. Number 17. Which phrase can correctly replace the underlined words in the sentence below? The truck of the family was being repaired. So, we have here the family is the noun that possesses or owns the truck. Okay, so let's see. We're looking for the family's truck, okay, with the apostrophe after the Y and before the S, of course. Let's see. The family truck, nope, not what we're looking for. The family's truck, yeah, that looks like it. The family's truck, nope, we said before the S, not after the S. The family's truck, no, it's only one family, so don't change family to plural, definitely no. So we're going to choose B, the family's truck. Good job, guys. Okay, number 18. They are having track and field day at the school of Robert. So, Robert is the noun, and we're talking about his school, or the school that he goes to, or whatever. So, we want Robert's school. Robert is singular, so we want the apostrophe to be before the S and after the T, of course. Robert's school, nope. Let's see, B. Robert's school, no, Robert is only singular, so we don't want the apostrophe after the S. Let's see number C. Robert's school, yeah, that definitely looks like it. So, we're going to choose C. Good job, guys, good job. Okay, let's do some reading. We're going to read a passage called Hiking Journal, alrighty? So before we do that, let's take a quick look at the questions just so we know what they're looking for. Okay, so how does the author arrange the events in his journal? We're going to see. Okay. Read the sentence from the journal. I had a vision of an oddly shaped rock sticking out of the ground, perhaps hidden away in a forest. What is the meaning of the word vision as used in the sentence above? Okay, so we want to find the meaning of vision as in this sentence. I had a vision of an oddly shaped rock sticking out of the ground. Okay. Number 21. What is a batholith? Well, we're going to find out from reading, of course. Number 22. Which sentence from the journal includes a metaphor? Remember we said that a metaphor is when we describe something by using something else, okay? We're going to see, or we're going to find out. Okay. Number 23. Which phrase from the journal does not help you understand the sequence of events? Okay. So we're looking for one of these sentences or phrases that does not help us understand the sequence of events or the order of events. Number 24, read the sentence from the journal. I turned to see a graceful deer leaping over a prickly pear cactus. What is the meaning of the word graceful as used in the sentence above? We're going to find out. Read the sentence from the journal. Today, since it was just days before a holiday, the place was a zoo of visitors. What does the metaphor in the sentence above tell about the park? Well, see here they describe what? The place was a zoo of visitors. Is it an actual zoo? No, they just use it to describe the place, right? We're going to see right now and answer it after we're done reading, don't worry. Let's do number 26, read it just to know what we're looking for. I must add, though, that sometimes the wind was like a roaring freight train. What does the simile in the sentence above tell about the wind? We're going to see. What are vernal pools? Well, we have to read to find out, of course. Number 28, what does the author look for on his second hike? So we obviously need to read all of the passage and find out. Okay, let's go back to our passage now. Okay, hiking journal. So this is going to be a journal, so it's going to talk about events that happen maybe day by day, week by week. We're going to find out right now over here, okay? Alright, so Malik travels across the country hiking. He writes about each of his hikes in a journal. These are some entries from Malik's journal. So we're going to start with July 1st. That's the first entry in his journal. So it says, I've always been interested in unusual landforms, and for many years I've heard about a place called Enchanted Rock. I decided to go on a hike to explore this place. I had a vision of an oddly shaped rock sticking out of the ground, perhaps hidden away in a forest. I imagined it was perhaps the size of a truck or a small house. I couldn't have been more wrong. So he had a vision of an oddly shaped rock sticking out of the ground. He imagined it was perhaps the size of a truck or a small house. So maybe here vision means something that you imagine, maybe, right? We'll see. As I drove along the road and rounded a corner earlier this morning, I saw my destination. It was a huge pink dome rising hundreds of feet above the ground. Once I arrived at the park office, I picked up some literature and read about the history of this landform. It is made up of granite and batholith, or a large rock that forms under the ground from cooled magma. So here, batholith means what? A large rock that forms under the ground from cooled magma, right? Okay, that's going to help us a lot when we answer the question regarding what does batholith mean, right? So I underlined it over here, so when I answer the question, I can go back and remember the answer. Over time, it has been uncovered by erosion, as the area around it was slowly worn away by wind and water. At the base of this giant hill, I took a drink and checked my backpack to make sure I had enough water for the hike. Next, I put on sunscreen. I knew the temperature would climb higher than 90 degrees Fahrenheit by the end of my hike. The park would be an oven by afternoon, and I did not want to be dehydrated or sunburned. With a smile on my face, I set out on a 4-mile trail. So here it says the park would be an oven by afternoon. Is the park going to be an actual oven that we can cook in? No, it just means what the park is going to be very hot because of the sun, right? Or because of the temperature. So this here is a metaphor that describes park as a very hot place, like an oven. Alrighty, let's keep on going. I noticed that there were several trees and grasses at the base. As I continued my climb, I saw fewer trees. The granite rock was the star feature. At one point, a sound startled me. I turned to see a graceful deer leaping over a prickly pear cactus. So here, graceful means what? That it's moving with ease or moving gracefully, right? So, along the way, there were several large boulders. Many of them had children climbing on them. Today, since it was just days before a holiday, the place was a zoo of visitors. I certainly would not have been stranded up there. Within an hour, I'd made it to the top of the rock. Though it is only 425 feet high, the view was breathtaking. I felt peaceful. I must add, though, that sometimes the wind was like a roaring freight train. But here, this is also this can be a metaphor about how loud the wind sounded, right? Was the wind an actual train? No, but we describe it as a train because it was very loud, okay? Like a roaring freight train. When I let go of my hat to take more water from my backpack, the wind ripped my hat off my head. Luckily, my chin strap kept it from blowing away. I stayed at the top for about an hour, enjoying the view. Then I headed west down to the path. I was surprised to see what appeared to be little islands filled with plants. I wondered how plants could grow on the rock. I learned later that these islands are called vernal pools or weather pits. So, these small little islands filled with plants are called what? Vernal pools or weather pits. So I'm going to underline that just to remember because it's going to help us with one of our questions. I know so. Okay? Alrighty. Over time, the wind creates depressions in the rock. Then water collects in the depressions, which allows plants to grow in the harsh environment. Hikers are forbidden to disturb the plant or animal life in order to preserve these unique features. Remember, we took in social studies that preserve means save. Okay? So, when I returned to the base, I couldn't believe my hike was over. I wanted to do it again, so I did. This time, I got a bird checklist and set out on a different trail. As I looked for birds, I thought about what the view would look like at night. I bet the stargazing would be incredible. I wish I had planned to spend more time here. Until I can return, I'll remember the tranquil feeling of being at the top of the world. And if you guys notice that some words here have numbers next to them, like tranquil and depressions, and even base. So these words, they're words that are maybe not known to us, but the writer of this passage gives us their meanings. Okay, like base means bottom. Okay, dehydrated means sick from the lack of water. When you're very thirsty, you're what? Dehydrated. Depressions, scooped out hollow places or like deep holes kind of. Tranquil means peaceful. So let's answer the questions. How does the author arrange the events in his journal? In order of importance? No, not really. In the order that they happened? Yeah, I think so, yes. He keeps on telling us what, then, next, and keeps on telling things what, in the order that they happen to, from the first event to the last event. By comparing and contrasting? Nope. By explaining problems and solutions? Nope. So we're going to choose B, in the order they happened. Okay, read the sentence in the journal. I had a vision of an oddly shaped rock sticking out of the ground, perhaps hidden away in a forest. What is the meaning of the word vision as used in the sentence above? Remember we said that it's kind of like an imagination? Let's see. A dream, image, memory, or state. It's definitely going to be an image, right? Yes, the picture or the image that he imagined in his head. Alrighty. What is a batholith? Well, we actually underlined that, remember? Let's go back and see what a batholith is. Okay? So, a large rock that is formed under the ground from cooled magma. Okay, so that's a batholith. Let's answer the question. A rock formed by erosion? Nope. A rock formed by magma? Yeah, that's exactly what we just underlined over there. Excellent. So we're going to choose B. Which sentence from the journal includes a metaphor? Let's see. I couldn't have been more wrong. No metaphor here. I noticed that there were several trees and grass at the base. No metaphors either. The park would be an oven by afternoon, and I did not want to be dehydrated or sunburned. Yes, there is a metaphor here. Remember we said that the park is not really an oven, but they describe it as an oven because it would be so hot. So yes, this here is a metaphor. Let's see number D or option D just in case. Over time, it has been uncovered by erosion, as the area around it was slowly worn away by wind and water. Nope. So only one that works is C. Good job. Which phrase from the journal does not help you understand the sequence of events? Within an hour? No, that does, because it gives us what? A timing or an order. Within an hour. With a smile on my face? That does not help us understand the order, right? No. As I drove along the road, that helps us understand sequence, so not C. Once I arrived at the park office, also helps us understand order, so the only one that works is B, with a smile on my face. Number 24. I turned to see a graceful deer leaping over a prickly pear cactus. What is the meaning of the word graceful as used in the sentence above? Moving easily? Yeah, could be that. Running shyly? No. Amazingly large? No. Powerfully built? No. Only one that works is moving easily or gracefully. Alrighty, number 25. Read the sentence from the journal. Today, since it was just days before a holiday, the place was a zoo of visitors. What does the metaphor in the sentence above tell about the park? So if it's a zoo of visitors, what does that tell us? That the place was what? Crowded, right? Exactly. So it is crowded with people, yeah? That looks right. It is not a place for children? No. It is a place people go to see animals? No, we said it's not a real zoo, okay? We just mean that the place was very crowded or full of people. It is not challenging enough for adults? No. So we're going to choose A. It is crowded with people. Read the sentence from the journal. I must add, though, that sometimes the wind was like a roaring freight train. What does the simile in the sentence above tell about the wind? It was what? A roaring freight train. So, is a roaring freight train soft and gentle? Of course not. Loud and powerful? Yeah, it could be that. Followed by a narrow path? Nope. Carried heavy objects for miles? No. Only one that works is loud and powerful. Excellent. Alrighty, number 27. What are vernal pools? Let's see. Lakes, swimming pools, hollows where water collects, caves where wild animals sleep. Well, let's see. We actually underlined it, right? So, I was surprised to see what appeared to be little islands filled with plants. I wondered how plants could grow on the rock. I learned later that these islands are called vernal pools or weather pits. Yeah, so they're weather pits, so they're hollows where water collects, right? So we're going to choose C. Excellent. Good job. Okay, what does the author look for on his second hike? Well, let's see. Let's go back and find out. Okay, so it says here, when I returned to the base, I couldn't believe my hike was over. So that's the first hike over. I wanted to do it again, so I did. This time, the second hike, I got a bird checklist and set out on a different trail as I looked for birds. Ah, so in the second hike, he was what? Looking for birds. Okay. So we're going to choose A, birds. Excellent. Good job, guys. So we're going to stop here today, and next session we're going to revise from 29 and onwards until we stop there and keep on going, okay? So I hope that you guys all understood today and it was easy, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye and enjoy your day.